We are about to go out in the garden. Make that just a little bit short so it's not hitting. Alrighty. We're heading down to the garden. Nobody here. Just heading out to the garden anyways. We went out to the garden. And we are going to do some weed whacking today. We're going to try to clear out a lot of the areas that are overgrown with the weeds. Tamer, what's up? It's cold today. You know what? It was chilly this morning here too. I mean, like it was like in the probably like 50s, 60s morning when I got up. Actually, it might have been the 60s. Might have been the 60s. It wasn't that bad, but a little bit of chill in the air. You could feel the chill in the air. Hey, Chris, what's up? Gonna put you guys in this mount here for a sec. I'll just readjust this belt. Alrighty. We're set. We're gonna do some weed whacking today, guys. So it's gonna be a little bit loud, it's gonna be a little bit noisy, but we're gonna go through pretty much most of the garden and we're gonna try to sort of clean out some areas. Yeah, that's what we're doing today. So buckle up, here we go. Yeah. We'll take some breaks. Especially around the beds and stuff. You know what, we're just gonna pull that. That doesn't need to be weed whacked. We can just pull that right out. All these grasses. Grasses are my least favorite weed. All right. I'll show you guys in the meantime what we're doing here. Boy. So this is a macadamia nut tree. And it's actually set some nuts on it. It's got nuts setting on it right now. I'm trying to keep this thing fairly stable. I'm going to put it in the ground after it fruits. My blueberries, loaded with blueberries. We got to do something to build a little bit of a bed here. We've got some pigeon peas planted in here, but we're waiting for them to germinate still. Little mango. Got my little pineapple bed there. But let's go down and let's see where we're going to, I think we're going to weed whack all the way down here. Weed whack this path right here. So we're going to make a little bit of noise right now, guys. This, I believe, is a Suriname cherry tree that popped up from one of the seeds from that tree over there. I'm going to leave it. Pull some of these up by the roots. Boy, these things have some serious roots. What'll happen? Let's go down to the action here. Go down to the spots. We're also going to prune branches that are sort of out into the paths and stuff like this. Going to prune around this little orange tree. Grapefruit tree. So we're really struggling. Citrus greening is really a problem here. Yeah, tree's just hanging on for dear life. All right. I should turn it into a bonsai, put it in a pot, turn it into a bonsai. All right, we're gonna clean out around here. This really needs some cleaning out. Trying to grow rice in here. I think I saw the first rice germinate somewhere in there. There's the first rice. I'm hoping more of it will follow. Hard to see now that all that grass clipping in there, but we're gonna move these pots forward. We're gonna do a little trimming in there. Let's see what happens. I think these are yams that are growing in here. I'm not sure if they're yams or air potato. They look almost exactly identical, but we're gonna trim them back anyways. If they're yams, they'll come back. If they're air potatoes, they'll come back too. We're gonna trim all of those. All right, let's get our trimmer. Let's trim here too. All right. I think we might leave a little bit of space between these pots and there. That way I can continue to clean in between there. This is my dragon fruit here. We're gonna try to clean around this, pull some of this around this dragon fruit. It's all goes back into the soil. It all goes back into the soil. Nothing gets removed. It's going to feed plants for the next generation. All this here, we're going to cut that. Let's see if we can pull it first. Can't pull it. We can cut it. And this makes great chop and drop instant fertilizer. We're going to feed this over here to this little jackfruit here. This little jackfruit struggling. We're going to chop its top off there. Let it produce more branches. these weeds in here. There we go. We got that up. Go feed that to there. See if we can get these up. That's what we're doing today, guys. We're weeding and weed whacking today, trying to clear out some ground for a lot of our plants that are just swamped with too much growth of weeds and stuff in their area. My little grapes had a little bit of worm issue going on. Still see some on here. They seem to be doing a little bit better. They really like to attack those young leaves. All right, not seeing any grapes come out of this yet, but surprising this little fella's pushing out some grapes. We'll see how it does. It's been super dry here too. We generally don't get a lot of rain these days. We're just trying to clean up all of today. That's our goal for the day. Once we get that done, we're pretty much done. Let's keep going. Some of these weeds we can only give a haircut to. Some of it we can pull up. All right. I think what we need to do now, we gotta readjust our this. My fingers aren't working. I don't know why this thing's not turning. Well, we can turn this thing off. See if we can get this up. I think it's stuck. Shoot. There we go. All right. All right. Okay. This rope just continuously breaks and gets short again, and then we've got to re-lengthen it so that it's cutting properly. Otherwise, it's not very efficient cutting when they're very short, but it cuts amazing when they're long. All right. All right, we're locked in. Got to cut that so it's not banging on there. That's long enough. All right, let's get back to cutting, guys. I don't think we need to really go down there too much. If we want to cut around this tree. We don't want to cut our hose. That we do not want. But we do want to cut a pathway up here. Let's go back around. All right, making some progress, making some progress. We definitely need to do some work around here. Is this a good hose? No, this is a dead hose here. So we can cut that. I feel like my arms are getting shorter. My strings are getting shorter. Losing a little bit of my power on here. Cut around this pineapple. Yeah, this pineapple. Yep, I lost one of my legs here. All right. I'm gonna go sit down over here. Fix this. What's up, reps? How you doing? So we're in the garden. We are just weed whacking everything here. Sorry for the noise, but it's gonna be loud. You just ate weed around your loquats. Nice. Oh, cool. All right, let me put you guys in a spot where, let's see. See if I can put you guys up against this. There we go. All right. So we're just gonna extend our cord again because we got broken off. You got a booger? Do I got a booger? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe I'm out here, I've been sneezing, my allergies. I very well could. All right, there we go. We're back in business, guys. All right, put you back in the mountain. We're gonna start weed whacking again. I think we're gonna do around this area, around these mango trees, the pomegranate trees, maybe a little bit around that raised bed there. We've got a couple of got persimmon and a mulberry as well. We'll try to do it in those areas. Make sure my belt is secured. I'll be dropping stuff all over the yard. All right, back to business. Actually, I want to do around this Bombay mango tree right here. That fresh string is amazing. You get that fresh string, it cuts so friggin' amazing. Let's go see where else we're gonna do. Trying to live in harmony with with some of the weeds, trying to not get rid of everything. And this pomegranate here has yet to flower. It's taken forever. But my guava down here, let me pull that up before that becomes a bigger weed. This guava is blooming. This is a really reluctant flowering plant. It's taken a long time before it's flowered, but it is right now, so I'm happy. All right, let's clean around this this is a buttercream. Pull some of these out by the root. There's not that much of it. Might be able to control it this year. We just get them out instead of cutting them. My hori, we have them back in stock now on the website, Andrethefarmer.com. They don't last very long, and my supplier is going out of business, so I don't know if we can even get more of these, but we just got 24 in. I had an order for one that was waiting, so we got 23 probably, and I think I'm gonna save one for me because I know that if mine ever runs out, I wanna have another one. I've had this one for probably 5 years now, but I kinda wanna have a backup one in case anything ever happens to this one. I'll probably lose it before it breaks, but it'd be nice to have a backup. All right. Let's see where else we want to clean. We got some pineapples here, guys. Oh, I'm in Orlando, Florida. Yeah, Jacksonville's a little too far north for that. Yeah, some of the weeds, like a lot of the Biden's albas, they flower and they attract pollinators, so I'll leave those in there. And they are edible actually too. I'm on a 1 acre lot. It's not a lot of land. But we got some pineapples here. There's a couple pineapples there and there. That one's about ready for a cage. I put cages on them once they get a certain size so that they can sort of just grow into the cage. Like these grasses here, I want to pull these grasses. Grasses are like the one weeds that I don't tolerate grasses well. We're going to try to see if we can pull them instead of weed whack them. And this is really close to where I saw the coral snake the other day. That was really cool. So we take those and we just chop and drop them. We're going to put them right at the base of a tree. This area is pretty cleaned out here. It's actually pretty decent. I don't have to do too much work here. My monstera is getting overrun here by these weeds. It's like a vining weed that's very invasive. Let's see if we can pull as much of it out as we can. There's the base of it right there. Oh yeah, an acre's a lot. Now I'm only growing on a ½ acre because we have a house, right? So there's a house and there's a front lawn and a back lawn. So it's not an acre of growing. It's about a ½ acre of growing, which is still a lot of land, guys. Like, a quarter of an acre is a lot of land. A fifth of an acre is a lot of land. You can grow a lot of food on a fifth of an acre, a sixth of an acre, an eighth of an acre. Pull some of these weeds out. Oh, it's coming out nice and easy because they're in the soft dirt where my plantains are. It's been mulched for years, so the dirt's super soft. That's pull up pretty easy. Yeah, these are my dwarf Puerto Rican plantains here. All right. Make sure I'm not dropping anything out here. All right. Let's get back to it. These are quickly becoming my least favorite weed here. All right. Let's go find, I see some areas that definitely need attendance, but this is how we cage up the pineapples. For those people that don't understand pineapple math, because a lot of people whine about one pineapple for 2 years, blah, 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 blah. Well, listen, let me show you something. This whole stand of pineapples is from one pineapple top. Each pineapple top produces a pineapple, but it also produces pups. So that pineapple, that pineapple, that pineapple, and all the rest of these plants, which the ones that didn't flower this year will flower next year, and there'll be more pups even for next year. All of those came from one pineapple top about 4 or 5 years ago. And over time, you get more and more and more. This is an air potato here. That out. All right, let's do some more weed whacking. Yeah, the taste of the pineapple you grow is infinitely better than anything that you would buy from the store. Like that alone is the reason to do it. All right, let's get back to work. I saw my little guava here. This little cat leg guava is flowering as well. This hose out of here. This hose is no good. Gotta get it out of the way. I'll get it caught up. We are shredding pineapple leaves here. Here's an example of a tree that died last winter. This is a sugar apple. It's dead. You can pull it up. Trees die, plants die. That's part of gardening. You know the difference between a good gardener and a great gardener. The great gardeners killed way more plants. All right, let's see if we can find another area. I'll show you guys some passion fruit flowers and some these are elderberry flowers right there. But there's some passion. Oh, there's one right there. Look at that. And then I've got a rack of Mona Lisa bananas right here. These are Mona Lisa bananas. They're pretty good. It's ice cream mango there. It's an ice cream banana plant right there. Mayan tree spinach behind me. Chocolate pudding fruit over there. More dragon fruit that way. Got some passion fruit over here. We got some invasive weed growing on it here. This is air potato. We can get it up by the root, which we did. That's good. We got katuk. Trying to train this passion fruit to go the other direction. I don't want it going in this direction. I'm trying to get it to go up that tree, up into those oak trees and grow up there. That's a peanut butter fruit tree right there in front of me. That's Pakistani mulberry. All right, let's see what else we can weed whack. I think we're gonna weed whack these paths right here. Let's go for it. Whew. All right, man, that's the path. This is my soursop tree right here. I'm really hoping to see a flower. Oh man, why do we got aphids on this branch of the soursop? Don't want to see that. Cut that branch off. Yeah, definitely aphids. Throw that in the fire over there. We'll burn that. That seems to be the only branch that was infected. Oh no, I see some over here too. Oh, that top branch. Aphids on the top branch up here. Taking that off too. Look at them. All over that. This tree might need a neem oil bath when the sun goes down. Once it gets cooler. All right. Whew. This is my jackfruit here. This jackfruit is way too big to have not fruited yet. It's put out a lot of male flowers for a couple years now, but it hasn't put out any female flowers. Like these are male flowers here. I'm still waiting. I try not to look at it too much. Kind of like the watch pot doesn't boil. But definitely have not seen a lot of indication that this thing is trying to even make some fruit. So we'll see. We'll see. All right, let me get back to whacking weeds. A nice little pathway there. I know we've got some stuff around some of our beds that we need to whack. We're gonna go right up to there. Actually, we're gonna do a little bit down this path right here. Try to keep this hose from getting whacked. Even got sweet potato growing up in here, but it's mostly weeds, so we're gonna go ahead and clean it up. Hoo-wee. All right. I think my battery might be dead. Maybe not. Well, I thought I'd have a lot to do here. I don't really have much to do over here. We might be done. We might be done. I want to do some marigolds, plant some marigolds in my strawberry bed. That's one thing that I got to do today. I think my battery might be dead. Yeah, battery's dead. All right, I think we did enough. How do you protect your beds in the hurricanes? The beds aren't really my major concern when we have hurricanes. I don't really do a lot for the beds. The trees that are vulnerable, I'll stake them up really good. But I don't do a lot for hurricane preparation. Exactly, yeah. Orlando's kind of that borderline. Like I'm very fortunate where it is the borderline. It didn't used to be the borderline. The borderline used to be much further south, but with climate change, things are getting warmer. There used to be a time when people used to say you couldn't grow mangoes in Orlando. And now everyone in Orlando grows mangoes. Like mangoes are so easy to grow in Orlando now. Whew. That was actually less work than I thought it was going to be. I thought we were going to be doing that all day. Gonna throw this palm away. We didn't do everywhere. We left a lot of weeds around still. Some of those vines albas. Just like I said, they're pollinator attractors. So some of that we can leave. We have a couple more pineapples here. Like I said, we have pineapples all over the place. Another one there. And this is my sapodilla, which never seems to really ripen on the plant, and they don't seem to ripen off the plant. So I'm going to leave these as long as possible. Squirrels will probably get to them eventually, but I'm just going to leave them until I feel them starting to get soft. I'm not touching these things. I'll let the squirrels eat every last one, because when I take them off and they're not soft, they don't get soft. So squirrels can enjoy those, I guess. Well, I'll tell you what, coconut is also one of those things that's not supposed to grow here, but I'll show you one of my coconut trees, the bigger of my 2 coconut trees. I've had coconut trees die here, but that's straight ahead. That coconut tree has been around for about 4 winters now. It's really slow growing because, half the year it's trying to survive. But it's a dwarf, so we might not be that far away from it putting out a flower, maybe getting some coconuts. We'll see. This plum tree didn't produce much, but it's got a few plums on it. Got lychee. And the bees busy at work on my finger lime. This is a red finger lime. It hasn't fruited yet. This is a Pickering mango. Whew. Got some loofah growing in here. We've got, I think it's Brussels sprouts down there. Probably too late in the year for them. I don't think they're gonna make anything. Let me go, I don't know if I can see anything on them. This is cassava down here. Cassava's looking pretty good. Let's pull these weeds. Do you have anything growing on these Brussels? Maybe they're not Brussels. Maybe they're broccoli. I don't know. Got a sugar cane down here. What I need to do, I need to make some sugar cane syrup. I'm totally out of sugar cane syrup right now. I'm not totally out. I got a little bit left. Tiny little bit left, but not enough to last me very long. So I think this week coming up, we're gonna do some sugar cane syrup. Whew. We're just gonna take a quick walk through the garden here. Got a few more mangoes up there. Star fruit. This is a cherylata. Is it flowering? That's the first flower on this tree. Yes, right there. That's a flower. I have not tried this fruit or had a flower from this fruit yet. It's a cross between a custard apple and a cherimoya. So I'm excited for it. This is ackee. And this is chocolate pudding fruit or black sapote. And I saw some flowers on this the other day. I was about to prune this branch really hard. And I saw some flowers on it. I was like, all right, maybe not. Maybe not. But it's flowered in the past, but it hasn't fruited yet. Ice cream banana. More star fruit. These are two different varieties of star fruit here. The fruit are hard to see, especially when they've got yellow leaves on it too. I don't think there's any fruit on it right now. At least not any ripe fruit. What's up, Billionaire Mindset? Yeah. It's too late for brassicas right now. I still have some brassica that's like mature, like my cauliflower and I'll show you guys my cauliflower and my cabbage. Something's moving in there. Oh, you know what? I need to do an air layer. You guys want to do an air layer? I need to do an air layer on this Malacca mango. We tried an air layer here, it didn't work out. We're gonna try another one. We're gonna do it on a little bit smaller branch. We're doing it on this branch right here. All right, let's get the mount so I can mount you guys in. And we're gonna go ahead and do an air layer on that tree. I wanted to show you guys a few things. This is my lychee, starting to set some fruit. It's really gonna have a kind of an off year because the citrus, the lychee mite has really damaged it. This is where we have some cabbages and stuff. Some cabbage heads. We've got lots of onions. Got planted a couple watermelons in here. But we've also got, look at that rosemary. That rosemary is so lush and green. It's loving life. Got a Carolina Reaper there. We've got some peppers there that are loaded. Our loofah's starting to climb. This is cilantro. It's flowering. That's a Kerry mango over there. A Malacca mango, Kent mango, Day avocado, Sugarloaf mango, Valencia Pride mango. Got tomatoes, onions, a little bit of sorrel in here as well, some cucumbers. That's a fruit punch mango. That is a purple Thai mango right there. Really excited to try these mangoes. I've never tried it before, but they're really cool looking mangoes, I'll tell you that. We're gonna go get a mount, and we're gonna do an air layer for someone that I promised an air layer to. How to plant a fruit tree? I've made a lot of how to plant fruit tree videos. If you go on my page and you search for it, I've made several how to plant a fruit tree videos. The next time I plant a fruit tree, I'll record it and make another one. The next fruit tree I plant might be my macadamia nut tree. As soon as it fruits, I'm going to plant it. But we're going to do an air layer.
Hi, you are currently recording.
We're going to put this battery to charge. We're going to get our rooting hormone here. That's all we need. So whoever wants to learn how to do an air layer, now would be a good time to get on. If you know someone that wants to learn, share the live, and they can learn too. I have gloves on me. I don't need gloves. Try to minimize the excess stuff that I'm carrying. I think I lost one of my gloves somewhere out there. I only got one glove. All right. Whew. All right. We are about to go air layer a Malacca mango tree. Oh. I played basketball this morning. I don't play very often anymore because my knees, but I might have played a little bit longer than I should have. My knees are paying for it right now. See if there's another branch that we could do. Tell you what, that wouldn't be a bad branch to do right there. It's a healthy branch. I'll make a tree. Or, we're trying to find the branch that we're going to air layer. There are branches that are sort of going over towards this lychee tree that I don't like them going so far over. Maybe we'll do one of those. Get it off of this lychee tree. Well, this branch has a ton of mangles on it. Don't really want to mess with that branch right now. You know what? I think we're going to do the same branch that we tried to do last time because it's only got a couple mangles on it. I don't think it has a graft on it anywhere. All right, we're going to give, maybe we'll do this branch right here. This is a fairly small branch. You know what? We're going to do this branch right here. All right, I know which branch we're going to do. Let's get all our tools for our air layer, and we're going to do an air layer. Fruit trees are acting a little bit odd. My citrus, apple, and peach. Huh. Yeah, you know, I feel like here, my trees generally start later than most people's. I think it's just because I don't have a lot of sunlight here. I'm in a very, I deal with sort of dappled light pretty much throughout. So I don't get a whole ton of direct sun. So I think that's one of the reasons why my trees tend to start slow. Get some peat moss out of here. I know peat moss is not environmentally friendly in terms of how it's harvested. It's not great for the environment, but I have a whole big bag of it. I'm not going to throw it out, so I gotta get it used. So we've got our air capsule with some peat moss. We've got our plastic wrap, and we don't really need much else than that. We got a little more peat moss. I like to really pack it up. And once again, sorry guys, the Hori Hori comes in super handy. You can get them on my website. I'm telling you, it's the #1 thing that I use around the garden. Maybe we moisten that up just a touch. Let me flip. So we can get a little water out of here. Sometimes we can, sometimes we can't. It doesn't have to be very moist. A little bit of moisture helps, but you're gonna seal it up so whatever moisture it has, you don't want it dripping wet. You want it to be just a little bit moist. See if we can find the end of this hose. Maybe we could get a little bit more moisture on here. So my legs are not functioning good today. Whew. We can get a little water into this. There we go. All right, that's all the moisture we need right there. We'll take a shortcut. We are about to do an air layer, guys, for those that are new. An air layer is basically where we just create roots so that our tree, so we can remove the branch and make a brand new tree. I can't move. All right. I'm gonna try to mount you guys in a position where you guys can see everything that I'm doing. All right. I think that works. You guys good? You can see this branch well? All right. So we're gonna make an air layer. First step, we got a grafting knife. And we're just gonna figure out where we want this tree to start. Where would be a good part for this trunk to be? I think right here is good. We want to leave a little space on this side to make it easy for us to wrap it. Also, we want to leave a little bit of space so that we have a bit of an anchor when we plant this so it's stable in the ground. So we're going to start right here, and all we're doing is just making a groove all the way around. In the groove still. There we go. All the way around and back to the start. So we have a groove. Darn, these mosquitoes are coming out already. All right, we'll make a second one, maybe about 2 inches away. Make another groove. All right. And now we just remove the bark in between those 2 grooves. The bark and the cambium. The cambium is the layer underneath the bark. If you don't remove all the cambium, then likely your tree will just heal itself and you won't get roots. If you want to get roots, that cambium has to be completely gone. I don't want to knock over my stuff down here. Yeah, the cambium is right under the bark. It's that green area. You want to get right down to the clean wood, to the smooth wood. It's usually kind of white and it's smooth when you remove the cambium. That's a little deep there. A little deep's not going to hurt you. You just don't want to go too deep, or else you're going to end up making your branch really weak. And then your branch can just break, especially if it's a longer branch. Got to use the mirror here, the image to see what I'm doing on the backside here. Okay. Everything's reversed, but I'm a dentist, so I'm kind of used to working in reverse image. It's not super hard, really. A little deep there. Is that a little piece right there? All right. Now we just smooth it out. Make sure our cambium is gone. That's some cambium there. I don't know why I feel like going to the pool today and it's not even hot. I don't know why. I just feel like I need take the weight off of my body, I think. Just be in the water. All right. So we've got our cambium removed all the way around. Next, take our rooting hormone. Now, a lot of people will tell you that, you can't touch the rooting hormone. It's bad. It's not really a hormone, and it doesn't affect a person. Other than the fact that if you're allergic, then you may get a skin reaction to it. I'm not allergic to it, so I'm not worried about it. And we're just going to rub that on there lovingly. You can get that rooting hormone on Amazon. Doesn't matter what brand you get, they all basically do the same thing. If you don't want to use rooting hormone, you can use honey. You can use, darn, these mosquitoes are fierce under this tree. I don't know why. You can use honey, you can use aloe. Some people use cinnamon. I don't think cinnamon really is a rooting agent, but it does prevent mold, so that can help as well. And you can do this even without rooting agent a lot of times. Thank you, Carl. Appreciate you. So now, let's get our air layering pod. We've got it filled with our peat mulch that we've moistened up, nice and packed. We're just gonna wrap that around the branch now. This branch is thicker than this air pod. Air pod? Guess you could call it an air pod. Air layering pod. So we're gonna wrap this up. This is where it'd be nice to have an extra set of hands working with you. We really want to secure this. Yeah, I think people think that you're gonna like, it's a hormone, so you're gonna get like, I don't know, like plant grow leaves or something if you touch it. But no, you're fine. You can touch it. There we go. That's a pretty good wrap. That's pretty good. Pretty good, tight, solid on there. It's not spinning. I like this air layer a lot already. And we wrap it up one so that we don't lose water. Darn, these mosquitoes. One so we don't lose water. I should have put my Sonia's bug spray on. You guys don't know about Sonia's bug spray. That's tough. Wait a minute. I have it in here. Here I am like a sucker getting bit. I got Sonia's bug spray. I remember I put it in my belt. Look at this stuff. This stuff is gold right here. And it's so comfortable. Like it's not like a bug spray. It's just like a lotion. Like you put this stuff on and you don't even feel like you put bug spray on. There we go. We're good now. Forgot all about it. Oh, whoops. All right. We'll cut that off. And we seal it so the ants can't get in there either. Oh, man. Thought I was cutting it. Apparently not. I'm just stretching it. Yeah, we cut it so that we wrap it so the ants can't make a home in here, even though they will bite through it and still make a home in here, probably. But this just reduces the chances that they will. Got this thing locked down nice and tight. And then the good thing about this pulling long like this is it becomes like a rope. You could actually just sort of tie it like a rope at that point. Yeah, and that's basically how you do an air layer. Now, one important thing is put a date on it. If you don't put a date on it, you won't know when you did it, and you won't know to check it in 3 months. That's true, Carl. This is Sonia's bug spray. You gotta go to her website to get it. I'll tell you, this stuff is like lotion. You don't feel like you're putting bug spray on at all, but it works really good. And like some people just use it to put on like to lotion their skin every day when they go out. You know, I don't, but you could if you wanted to. Like it really is not, like to call it a bug spray is kind of almost like an insult to it. It's more like a skin lotion that repels bugs. It's all natural. Really good stuff. Oh my goodness. I don't know why my legs are so sore from working out. Not from playing basketball. I keep saying I gotta quit, and I do quit. I have quit. I've only played like twice this whole year. So I try to limit it, but man, it takes a toll on me now. Whew. All right. I think we've done all we can do. Oh, you know what? Let's not leave this weed whacker sitting out here in the elements. We're gonna put it inside the shed, and we'll take a walk to the other side of the yard. If you guys have any questions, now would be a great time to ask them. I would love to get a Pakistani mulberry right now. See if we can find any ripe ones. Oh, there's a couple right there. I don't know if we can reach them. I know you guys can reach them. I don't know if I can reach them. I can reach. It's not all the way ripe, but when they get all the way ripe, the birds eat them. So this is ripe enough for me. That is delicious. See if we see any more.